There we go. Good evening. Happy Sunday. All right, let's roll into what we got for events for today. All right, so we have Operation Bulwark, which is our defense waves. TC Trailblazer continuing, got that wrapped up for the week. No milestones to collect. We have the Syndicate Pass is Hostile Hunt. Go kill anything and everything. Our regular battle pass is Hostile Hunt as well. Go kill anything and everything. Alliance Tournaments, Officer Recruit, continuing from yesterday. Domination continuing from yesterday. We have a Heroic Hostile Pursuit for Alliance Tournament points, credits, and Officer Depot tokens. Heroic purchase thing. V'ger events. I think this was aggregation. I did that with the Dauntless earlier. V'ger Invasion Tournament. I think that ended today. Yeah. So that was a leaderboard to get into the qualifier thing again. Ticketed events. I did the mining one. That has a hostile hunt thing again too. And then we've got armadas and helps. So we'll probably do some contributions later. Potentially armadas. We'll see what mood feels like. V'ger Rebirth. We have the battle pass points overflow. Finished up Mission Key Hunter today. The new missions have been wrapped up. Multiphasic Hunters purchase thing. $50 Anorak shards isn't that bad, but we'll have to see if there's a decent enough pack to buy to make it worthwhile. We have Surge Tactics, Alliance Leaderboard. That's for Officer Depot tokens as well. Schematic Salvage. So that's pay in for the Vengeance. I got about halfway to my next Vengeance milestone. So my first Vengeance milestone. I'm at 550 shards. I can probably make I can definitely make the next milestone off of the uncommon materials that I have available right now. I might be able to get up to the second milestone. I don't know what this is looking like. This is top 25. I think they expanded this because I think that's usually been top 10. So right now, top 25, if I get to the second milestone, will get me in there pretty decently. So could potentially have 125 shards. So there is a Fleet Commander upgrade SLB For galactic recruit tokens, nothing major there. There's a ship upgrade SLB. That's pretty shitty payout. This doesn't really reflect the 7-star nearly as much as a lot of the other events. It doesn't pay equal. It's about a 1/10 of what most of those other events pay out. Event store. It's one of the final days for the Ferengi store. So make sure you spend everything that you want to spend. I think the only thing I have right now that I could get anything on is the subnucleonic beam tech thing, and have it unlocked so it doesn't pay to have that there. Some ship blueprints. Don't need Revenant, don't need Vindicator, don't need Protector, don't need Eviscerator. Like, if it was something extra, like another amalgam, you know, maybe I would get a blueprint for it, but I think I'm just gonna let those go into cold storage. Sars Invasion stores wrapping up in 9 days. Spend those if you haven't spent those yet. Cosmic Cleanup, always a good one. Tactical Advantage for an opportunity to get rare Armada directives. That was yesterday's event. Also getting the cloaking stuff is good for me too. I've been using cloaking a lot more. The G7 hostiles have been whooping my butt. It's been a little tempting to start turning in for the Elite Daily Reward chips. I think I'm gonna hold off on those until the next economy reset, because I think it's gonna be coming before too long. Thank you for the snow 50. Does it look like it did outside of your front door? Have you been doing good with the snow? Mostly ice and wind, not that much accumulation. Well, ice sucks more than snow most of the time. As long as you're getting through it good, that's all that matters. Well, I mean, there's a limit, though. It's like 18 inches of snow really sucks, too. You know, like 4 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches of snow, that's not that bad. But once you start talking over a foot, then it gets to be kind of rough. And then it's like, I don't know what's worse. You know, like a half-inch ice or 18 inches of snow. You don't have to worry about power lines for the most part in the snow, but... you do in the ice, especially with the wind. Unless the wind helps that. I mean, I get at some point maybe the wind could help knock it off. Oh, that would happen in the snow too, though. I think any opportunity to people that don't know how to drive, like, they're always out there. It's just any change of conditions from normal is gonna accentuate their deficiencies in their skills. So I think I'm set to tier up my Crenshaw. At least one more level. I just want to keep singing Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Here's a thought for someone. If potatoes can become French fries and then later find themselves as a side with fine dining, do they have a collective existential crisis about their former selves? It's all fun and games until someone orders mashed.
Not the potatoes. Hi, pretty boy. Potatoes can become French fries and later find themselves as a side with fine dining. Which is true. They definitely have that in like higher end steakhouses. They have a collective existential crisis about their former selves. You had 150 pounds of potatoes in your room because of work? Holy, that's a lot of taters. Like, I know what a 50-pound sack looks like. Oh, like, that wasn't like a temporary storage thing. That was just you had. Ah. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, 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 I could definitely understand the PTSD behind that one. Yeah, my buddy's dad is a truck driver, and he would haul potatoes out of Idaho back here to Minnesota. And they'd come in boxes. I think they're 30-pound boxes. And sometimes the receiver would reject the boxes, and he was able to buy those boxes of rejected potatoes back for like $5 a box or something stupid. Like, they were dirt cheap. And then my buddy's his aunt and uncle would go to like a potato farm too, and they could also basically go pick up whatever potatoes the harvesting equipment left in the field. Pretty much all the whatever they wanted they could grab. They didn't care because otherwise it's going to be turned over back into the soil when they did tillage. If you're in Wildwood on the boardwalk, they probably make 5,000% on potatoes. They sell buckets of curly fries for like $20, and it's literally like 3 potatoes. Yeah. Well, it's really interesting to think about, you know, like one potato, like one decent sized potato, like not a baking sized potato, like a baking sized potato is like a large fry at a restaurant. You know, like, but like a regular normal sized potato, that's like a medium fry. And you could probably purchase that potato for like 25 cents. And yeah, you're paying like $3 for it. My mom was up in Minnesota for a few years. I want to get off this rock, but no idea what states I'd go to. So many choices. My ADHD is overwhelmed. Yeah, every place has its good things, it has its bad things. Like, I've done a lot of traveling for work in the Midwest. Done a little bit of traveling outside of the Midwest. But like most of my stuff's been in like North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, Missouri, Kansas, just a little bit of Kansas. Been traveling, flying out to like Ohio and Georgia and stuff. You know, like there's when you visit places at a very short term, like you get to see all the good things about the areas, but like when you're there for extended periods, then you kind of get to catch up on some of the weird little not so nice things. Because like I've been to Chicago, you know, like north side, south side, west side, all that, you know, different areas. And You know, like if it's just like a day trip, like you might not realize, you know, what that part of town is. But yeah, some of the spots are a little more obvious than others. When you start seeing barbed wire fences or razor wire topped fences around buildings, businesses and stuff, it kind of becomes obvious you're in a rough part of town. Only been to Cali because half my family lives there in Nevada and Arizona. I go there once a year, usually for TC and family. Other than that, been stuck in Hawaii. Do you get to do a little bit of island hopping over there at all, or do you kind of stuck on whatever island you're on? Like, I feel like a little island hopping would be, you know, like a little bit of a sense of adventure. I know I've talked to people that work in like the Caribbean and stuff like that, and they do island hopping for work, and it's like, um, I couldn't imagine having to do that. Like driving for work is fine, but like having to take a little puddle jumper plane is like, oof. I always forget about ferries. Ferries are untalked about nowadays. Yeah, planes just always seem so convenient. But I do have it on my bucket list. I do want to take a ferry across Lake Michigan for some dumb reason, just to say that I've done it. I kind of want to do like a little road trip across like the UP and then down like the Mackinac Bridge, and then I want to hop on a ferry boat to come back across over to like Green Bay or Milwaukee or something. Just to say that I've done it, because I don't think I know anybody that's ever taken a ferry boat ride like that before. Other than in like, what, Manhattan or Queens or something like that. Like out east and like around New York, I know it's a lot more common to take a ferry. And I don't even know if they would really save much time or not too. Have a ferry that brings you from Jersey right over to Delaware. Do most of the people that take the ferries, like, is that people that are commuting on public transportation normally out east? Or is it like cheaper than some of the tollways and stuff or something? Like there's got to be an advantage of it. Or does it avoid traffic like downtown to downtown? It's really that big of a time savings? Yeah. Wow. That's something that we get here in Minnesota a lot too, because we don't have taxes on clothing. We don't have taxes on like essential goods. So like a lot of people will come here and go on big shopping sprees at like the Mall of America, and there's a couple of really big chain outlet stores, outlet malls too. So like there's, I want to say 3 or 4 of them around the metro area, and they have like pretty much every clothing brand between all of them. And people will come down here for, you know, like 3 days and go shopping at like each location. Like I used to work at a gas station, and like we'd have people coming. I'd see plates from like Manitoba and whatever the next one west is. And then a lot of times they were just coming down to visit the Mall of America for like some tourism and shopping. Like, it was kind of crazy to me that they would travel that far for shopping, but if they're making enough purchases to, you know, like, really make some savings in it. I mean, there's still like the whole vacation and, you know, like trip aspect of it that's still makes the time worthwhile, but you know, having that additional monetary incentive where you're actually saving money, and perhaps now, especially with the way that the conversion of the currencies are, that might be less beneficial, because I think the dollar value's flipped a little bit since then, but it was really interesting to hear people's stories when I worked at a gas station. It was almost the same kind of thing as a bartender, where people would just randomly open up to you about random things. People that smoke may go to Delaware for cigarettes because of no taxes, and it's a huge difference. Yeah, like here, I want to say like the tax is almost like $3 or $4 a pack or something, maybe even more than that by now. Like, some people would go to like the native reservations and buy cigarettes there. I would never smoke at these prices. Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of quit. I used to smoke. I quit half for the health benefits and half for the price. Weed is cheaper. Yeah, by far. Way, way, way far. Minnesota allows homegrown too now. You're allowed up to like I think it's 2 plants for recreational use. I quit smoking marijuana at the same time that I quit smoking cigarettes for the most part, though. I figured it didn't really matter what I was smoking if I was still, you know, putting drugs in my lungs and stuff. It was still all negative overall. I haven't gotten into the gummies yet. My cousins make fun of me for smoking cigars, and I say many girls always say that cigars smell great. How many times has anyone come up to you and said that cigarette smells good? That's very true. Cigars definitely have a different scent than cigarettes. Like cigars and pipe tobacco and stuff, they have a pretty decent smell. Like, it would probably make a fairly successful air freshener. All right. That collection of Epic Export credits puts me at the point where I can finally max Picard Hue. I'm running out of things to get in the tournament store, so I started upgrading my Kirshara again. Kirshara is a great one to have maxed. I'm not gonna lie, like that's a fun thing to have maxed. especially when it works for like the entirety of the 2015. I don't remember if it's 15 or 20. I feel bad for upgrading an epic officer outside of an event, but this one's gonna make such a big deal that I'm definitely not gonna pass up the opportunity for it. No, 1200. I have 12. No, that 1200 should have been more than enough. I only needed like 250. I thought. Did I spend some somewhere by accident? Oh no. Okay, the faction store. The faction store should have some. The faction store should have some available. So I got so close last night. I got within like 200. Like I was frustrated about it. Yeah, that's 55. That's uncommon. That's another 100. Is that enough? Was that enough? I don't know if that was enough. Okay, that's enough. Oh man, I was gonna say 35,000 epic bork. I don't remember what it was, but it was like I got the shards for him on, what was my last stream, Wednesday? And then I've just been waiting for throughout the tournament to get the tasks to be able to pull all the extra crap that I had. Hello, big booty. How you doing tonight? And so, like, I thought I was gonna be able to get the chance to get all the way there, but I got so close, and then now I finally get it. Been a long time coming. I'm gonna level him up once. I'm gonna use that as my markers. That way I know. Just need one more upgrade to get Enterprise Z to the 6th slot below deck. Nice. I'm getting ready to go tier 12 on my Crenshaw. So I'm getting that much closer myself. I gotta verify. It's old bandage. Either that, I don't know what pomegranate tastes like. And as strong as a piece of amber. Give me a breath like the fire soon. That's one of the better bad ones. That was old bandage was not that bad of a bean boozle. Howdy, Broken Wolf. That was a pretty decent bean boozle, to be honest. I do need to put up another incentive stream. Oh, that reminds me. Well, the worst part is, like, they're all mixed together. So, like, the whole container kind of takes on a little bit of a taint. I was gonna look and see how many of those special sub discount things I have left. They expire at the end of the month. Viewer rewards? No, monetization. Yeah, they expire on the 31st. I have 2 promos remaining. I'm just gonna kick one off tonight. Perfect. We'll just cover it tonight and tomorrow night. Scam the system. But yeah, I need to think of my next incentive stream. I do have birthday coming up next month, so I'll probably do something for that. And then stream anniversaries in March. Do something for that. And then affiliate anniversaries in May. Do we have outpost building on Vengeance event still? I don't think so. It's Excelsior now. Excelsior and Fleet Commander Cisco. I've got Fleet Commander Cisco probably ready to promote. Yeah. And I'm probably getting close to max on the Sigma faction credits. I don't know if that shows. That doesn't show. But I should probably do that. If I'm going to spend stuff upgrading Crenshaw, that's probably worthwhile to do. I do have some more redemptions for choice rewards that I can do too. So I'm a little bit short on rare refined crystal right now. Be able to get to tier 12. Let me just double check officers. So we need Fleet Commander Spock. Fleet Commander Spock set for Architect. That one. That's an always on, so I don't have to worry about that. Fleet Commander Kirk. Set for Explorers. So that's Crystal, Cost Efficiency, and We're good on gas, so we won't touch that. Fleet Commander 7 for ship parts. She's already on Interceptor. Let's see, Lorca. Lorca's on Interceptor there. And then he's also got Fierce Ship. That one. That's maxed. I'm not too concerned on the ship parts. So there's a true ship upgrade efficiency exocomp thing. I don't know what that is. So we've got some augment faction favors too. Fleet commanders are set where they need to be. Factions. Augment. Alright, so I need to look for augment ingenuity ships. Okay, that takes epic, which I've got this to do today. That'll make some points for our hostile hunt that we need to do. And ingenuity ships, exile providence, ship materials. That one's 800. Oof. And then superior reserves, ship materials. A lot of stuff needing epics in the Outlaw or in the Augment Exiles. A lot of that stuff needs epics. I've almost got the quantum slipstream. There's a little bit more wrath credit. I've almost got the quantum slipstream. Oh, that is forbidden tech. I always forget whether it's forbidden or chaos. So I need 3 more of the quantum slipstream. So I should be able to get that today too? Question mark? I have so many choice rewards still to spend and a bunch of the Ferengi tokens. When this tournament is done, I'm going to just strategically use them to get to 68 quicker. Scrap my first ship in like a year. Completed today, the Valdor. Yeah, the slipstream's kind of a little bit on the goated side for sure. I'm a little disappointed that I don't have quite enough. I'm 500 and some odd rare short. Is there a general ship efficiency thing? No, just the building. True ship upgrade efficiency. I don't have that one. That might be some kind of weird specialized auto kick-in thing. You have the black market for the ship parts in the Section 31 store. Maybe, but ship parts aren't my problem. I do have the black market thing, the conversion tokens and stuff, so I might be able to work something with conversion tokens. I'm doing most of that already. I've been pushing everything to rare gas and crystal that I can. I don't know about the bonus. I could do that probably with 3 tokens then. We'll just see how close it gets. Okay, so I think I got all my efficiency set. Finally maxed out the command center today. I'm like 2 days away from maxing the facade. That one I did max a long time ago. I got the max shards for the facade a long time ago, but like I slow rolled that one big time for as long as I could. And then yeah, I did the command center. I used that for getting the uncommon fleet commander credit thing for alliance tasks. I haven't even looked at what tier 13 looks like at the Crenshaw. Yeah, 580 some away, so 3 redemptions there. My thing is syndicate levels, that's what I want now. Yeah. Like I just got to 56 and that gave me a boost in the loyalty rewards. So I was kind of holding off. I would have held off on doing my loyalty rewards if it wouldn't have lined up with it. But I was able to redeem my loyalty chest today, the 7-day and my 30-day. Which is the reason I can upgrade my Crenshaw today. So that gets me into tier 12. And I don't know if anything's going to be possible at tier 13. No clue. 49 days. My goodness. And that doesn't go towards the help queue, right? I always question that every time. It's like, no. Ship repair, building construction, research. I always have to make sure when it's these big ones like this. Ooh, I had 48 days saved up. That was much cheaper than I thought it was going to be for lat. Just upgraded Bajoran factions. Profit is 3 mil more. Hi, Tin Man. How's it going tonight? People that are my ops level, they're like, how are you the only one, only at Syndicate to get 50? I'm like, I'm started playing 2 years ago. I've been playing for 4 years. Okay, so there's some leftover stuff. I forgot about that. A lot of the stuff, I can do the shields. They're still taking common. How is this still taking common at tier 12? Didn't stream today since so many were. Yeah, I kind of thought about not streaming and just kind of enjoying Samo's party, but I haven't streamed since like Wednesday, so I kind of really wanted to get on again. So I can do the armor. Now, all this other stuff is probably going to start taking the uncommon, because that's where I was left at last time. But that was still a really good chunk. And I can do warp range. That puts me at 2156. That increases my warp range by 28. Why does it even have that little? 2156 I don't think gets me anything. I don't think 2156 gets me anything extra. Yeah, I don't get anything extra till I get to 3000 warp range now. So I'm not even gonna do the token redemption for that. I get out to these 73 systems. But if I can't get there with Disco, then it doesn't really matter out here. Yeah, that's 3000. So I'm going to leave that alone. I got 50 more Vengeance blueprints. Finished the SMS there. Instead, walked the dog extra long walk, did some laundry. Figured out my puppy could jump a 4-foot fence. 4 feet's impressive for a dog. All right, how close am I to the next milestone? 772,000. So I've got 2,000 commander credits ready to go. That's another 1.2 million points. That'll get me to the next milestone. That'll get me to the next milestone. But will I be able to get to the third milestone? I was thinking the dock only required gas, but that's crystalline gas. That's common. That's common. That's rare crystal. That's just the radiant things or whatever. Common. Common. Rare. 3,500 rare is only 70,000 points. I don't think it's worth doing. Well, I need to see how many of the Sigma commander credit things. I'm assuming it's in this area. If I'm getting close to that 3,000 limit, then I might as well spend it. If I'm over 2,000, I probably should just spend it. Because otherwise, I'm going to be waiting. I did finish mission keys today. I had to open a ticket because of the issue with Surge. I couldn't click on ships because the pop-up kept getting in the way. I missed the surges because nobody put a Discord notification out that there's going to be surges running. The commander stuff must be in a different area. Yeah, ungraded materials sounds more like it. I kind of should be just looking this up on Spock's Club, but I feel devoted to trying it this way right now. Sometimes it's just necessary to see how much garbage is in here. Like, I see, like, the Cisco skill points. Like, you'd think that it would be immediately after that. Like, it would only make sense that it's, like, in some kind of an order, and you would think it'd be in, like, some logical order. So I've got 2,048. I could wait it out, or I could just do it. We do have a fleet commander upgrade thing running right now, too. So I could get the new unlock for the field repair. And then I also get the opportunity for cost efficiency. Well, that's not at 9, it's at 13. But I get the next rank for retaliation plunder for outposts, and we have outpost stuff running next week. So there's a lot of advantage to doing it right now. We're going to promote him. And we're going to level him up. I'm going to see how far I can do it. And it's not surprising because nobody really wants to do surges. If I need the field commander, I just level him up because the benefits tend to outweigh the thing. They fixed surges at the beginning, at the last maintenance, I think, Broken Wolf. Well, no, 50, you said you were having issues during it. They ran 2. I don't know if they were both broken. I didn't get to participate. I didn't know they were happening. All right, so that's 5%, 10%. That waits until rank 13. So I'm going to increase the plunder. I'm going to keep on doing XP upgrades. There was lag, but we ran a dozen today. I think that's kind of expected for the Dauntless to break. Problem with surges is people don't understand how to do them. If everyone would just take a section and kill them ships, everyone would do so much better. Well, it's kind of tough to do it when you get enough people in there. because you can't wait for something to spawn near you either. I don't know. Usually when I'm in those surges, I'm top 3, and I just click any ship that's near me. That's free. Like, I won't travel all the way across the map because the impulse time is stupid, wasteful. Oh, let's see. Do we want to increase? No, let's keep on increasing plunder. Plunder's important. Apex barrier against players. Hull HP. Weapon damage. Increase apex barrier if your ship is below 50% and engaging non-armada hostiles. I don't like those minimized. You can like only get advantage if you're already mostly dead kind of things. Increase isolytic damage. Isolytic damage is always useful. Outpost credits. Increase resistance to the board cutting beam. More isolytic damage. I don't know if I really care about resistance to the cutting beam. That's a very, very, very specific scenario. All right, so we have isolytic damage 6 to 7%, isolytic damage 4 to 6%. Max cargo. Protected cargo is a good one too for the Veil. I'm gonna actually select that because I feel that's more valuable. Samo's in Veil, so hunting on her stream for a laugh. Yeah, she's not in the same Veil as me, so I can't have too much fun with that. What is this? IO facility coordinates. Used to build the USS Vengeance. Oh, that must be the chest you need for the tiering of the ship. Why did I get 2 of them? Oh, because you can build 2 Vengeances now. Okay, so that's the prerequisite thing for building the Vengeance. Yeah, I saw you on her stream in the Veil chat before, Broken Wolf. It's one of those things. I'd probably like just randomly throw a disco up there and just like nudge her ship. I think the only content creator in my Veil that's in there right now is Griffin. that I know of off the top of my head, at least. Thank you for the follow, Lost Soul. Get some carrot cake. Man, I'd love a piece of that carrot cake. Carrot cake is probably my favorite kind of cake. I don't know why. All right, so now I don't know I don't even know if I want to push the button yet. Like, does it? It's a pop-up asking if you want to do it. Okay, so it's a 2-hour and 25-minute cooldown, but it's 10% restoral, so that's kind of cool. All right, so the ship. I think I am going to go ahead and just do the ship XP. Just to get the extra little boost of attack power out of the disintegrator. And then gonna go do feature hostels. I think today would be Gorn, but I don't even know. Yeah, Gorn. This way. So I'm hoping that this is gonna help flip the script a little bit for me. I'm gonna jump there. See if that makes a little bit of an impact with shield stability. Oh, let's see. We'll pair us up with her. What is the chalk? Who do we need? Who do we need? Interceptors? No, explorers. Because why not? Oh, wait a minute. Pick Q is not on my Crenshaw right now. Why is Pick Q not on my Crenshaw right now? I forgot I maxed him now, so that's gonna actually make a difference too. Ah, because it's that thing of who do I drop? I'm really looking forward to getting that extra slot at the next tier. Because being able to have all 3 status officers and then have Chapel for a little more ISO and still have my Isolytic defense from Joachim be nice. Okay, so being as I'm using Anorax, I should be able to get rid of Kim. We'll do a boost with the Excelsior. I'm going to cloak and then do my ASA. Okay. Okay. Confirm. Ooh, that 10%, such a small percent. Like, that doesn't really even reflect. So I couldn't do one without boosting before. So now it's at the point where I can possibly do 2 without boosting. I'm gonna send the Cerritos up. Send the Cerritos up and do a boost. And see what happens with that. And then I may be able to go up for 70. Augment Exiles too. All right, so we got 100 out of 100 there. For our points for the day. It always seemed like it was a little bit of an advantage to increase the level of the hostiles that I'm attacking with the Excelsior. But like when it comes to the days like today where there's a hostile hunting event, it doesn't feel like it's worthwhile to not attack all 5 hostiles. Like, it's just all extra points. So that should wrap that up. Yeah, I forgot that I'm broke on Trit right now. That'll take a little bit to recover, but not too bad. I won't be able to notice it come like tomorrow or whatever. All right, Cerritos is almost back up there. I'm gonna run through some faction things real quick while I'm waiting for that ship to arrive. Should also send out my Serene Squall again. Actually, after I get this wrapped up, the Gorn. I should take a look at the interim schedule. I haven't looked at that yet. See what interim events they have in store for us this week. Almost crossed 2 trillion already. That faction reputation is coming quick. I mean, a lot of it's being helped with like the faction reward tokens or whatever. All right, Cerritos. See what kind of difference this makes. Oh yeah. Be able to knock 4 out on one haul here. Okay, maybe 3. Versus like 1 and what was I at, like 1 3/4 before, 1 1/3. Still at least double. At least double. So look and see, make sure shields are staying up. Oh yeah, shields are more than healthy. I'm gonna try Janeway then. Because if I've gotten past that tipping point now, where the shields can stay up, that will make a difference. I haven't been able to use Janeway in a lot of my crewing because I haven't had the shield, enough shield regen to make up for what I'm losing. But if I've crossed that tipping point, then that means that I can start doing some effective crewing. Which means that should... We'll see what it looks like. If I've crossed that threshold with the V'ger Gorn, I should be able to get cross that threshold with the G7 hostiles too, and I could probably start my actual faction grind. Start doing those dailies finally. That's the only thing that's really been holding me back so far from getting too heavy in the And the G7 hostile grind is only being able to do like 1.5 or 2 hostiles at a time. Same, yeah. I actually had to go through and redo all my research to find where I was missing shield. That still isn't quite enough. So I'm gonna probably have to add Kim back down. I should have actually cloaked on that one. I'm gonna have to add Kim back down below deck. How long are these battles lasting? They're still going 30 rounds. I feel that I'd still be better off with Kim over Neelix. I think Chapel's Isolytic is too good to really give up. Really? No, I don't want to. I want to do a full one. I don't want to do a partial. I want to have full data. That one disappeared too. So it looks like we just barely lost the shields at the end. Like, that's within the RNG. That's probably done. 10 hostiles are done. Anorax was still my best officer right now immediately. Because, yeah, the battles are lasting about the same length with him as they were with Neelix. So with Anorax, I wouldn't need Kim. I can go back to using Neelix. Those increasing battle to 40 rounds. Maybe even not using Neelix and using maybe like a Troy that increases Isolytic or the critical damage. I have to play with that slot and see what fits better in there. I mean, if it's doing like 40 rounds, burning's probably worthwhile. But that's 40% of hull damage. And I think I'm at maximum hull regen now too. Oosh, that's disappointing. I do have the one fleet commander ability. For con. Chance to apply burning if the opponent has hull breach. Oh, that's against players. Never mind. I don't know if any of these officers have any shield HP. Like if there's a selective ability for shield HP against hostiles, or an on-duty ability for it, like they might be worthwhile slotting in. Looks like most of it is always active. I'm just so close to being at the tipping point. That's just frustrating a little bit. Also getting just a little bit more officer stats too. Like, what are the chances that we can get to that 90, 50, and 120? I don't know if we have any extra. Any extra levels laying around. Because we've got the health one. So close on the defense. So close on the attack. But having the defense one is or the health one is kind of the biggest benefit. I'm not sure what to do since I'm going to save for a jump on ops. Yeah, like I'm saving for, like my ship upgrade. Once I realized that I was at that tipping point, I was like, okay, we can do that today, get the next tier up. Because like I probably won't put anything else against the ship until I can tier it up again. which will probably be 30 days out, because when I get my next 30-day chests, it would be my guess. Depending on how much stuff gets converted. What to say? Maybe by the end of next month, we'll see. Wondering if I can do Mark IV Op 64 if I get ops locked. I feel like you might be ops locked, but I don't know. All right, so I don't need Kim. I don't feel like Neelix is adding enough to the equation. The chalk's only at 700%. I should probably be trying to run Savik. I should probably be trying to run Savik right now. Getting that extra ISO would probably matter. What are you trying? I'm trying to do 71s. Trying to figure out the most efficient. No, these are going to be faction hostiles right now. I'm basing my experience on what I'm doing with the V'ger Gorn to what I'm going to do against G7 hostiles. I think I'm going to try that out. Trying to maximize my units per hull. Because the goal is to get 50 of these here. Yeah, I'm possibly at 3. I need to look at the logs and see. So I'm going with the assumption that the combat's going to be 40 rounds. And then I'm going to be maintaining shields. Ooh, I did not maintain shields. Okay. That went 90 rounds. Holy shit. So if I do leave Kim on, it gives me the best chance of leaving the round count. Or leaving the shields up. If I can't maintain shields here, then I might need Seska maxed then at that point. Okay, shields are maintained. That's so frustrating that Kim makes that big of a difference on the shields. Still going 89 rounds. That makes me wonder if Neelix would be better than Chapel. Because that's too many rounds to go without burning. I bet we lost shields there. Oh. That one just took a better chunk. I'm really surprised that doesn't lose view of that system. Oh, these aren't... That system... Are some of these supposed to not have Fog of War? I just picked that system randomly. Somebody forget to check the box on that one? I thought it was just broken. I might be able to get up to 4 kills now. I'm hoping, because I could do 3. Oh, that's gonna be more than 4. That's gonna be more than 4. Maybe not. Or with the possibility of being able to hit 5 if everything aligns perfectly. That last one did not actually inflict a lot of damage. Oh, maybe it did. It just didn't seem like it moved the bark that much. So it's like 8.7. 8.9, 8.8, 8.7 billion hull per hostile. And cut the round count down to 60. So it dropped the rounds by a third. Four is my number where I'm at too. You grew higher level than mine. That's I put a lot of work into the research for them, that's for sure. I do need to look and see if I can squeeze out a little bit more, because I'm right at the brink. I'm right at the brink of getting the maxed bonus. I wonder if that made more of a difference. When I added Neelix over Chapel, it added to the attack and defense. It flipped the attack and defense over the health. The defense one might have been enough of a difference, because that would have changed my mitigation a little bit. And the attack would have increased DPR and penetration. But if I have a research that increases officer health just a hair, that might be able to get me up to 5. Alright, so I did those ones. I don't know if these hostels have Apex. They have Apex Shred and Isolytic Damage, Isolytic Defense, and Apex Barrier. So getting extra Apex Shred would be worth it. More officer health would be more useful in the short term. Isolytic defense, hostile damage. I'm gonna have to work on that research. I think I maxed the combat research that takes the takes the rare hazard particles. So I feel like my officer research is as high as I can get it currently. Let's see if STFC.space or STFC.space Box.club can give some insight into that. I'm just gonna hide my camera on this one. All right. So we're gonna go look at research and look for officer health. So I'm gonna go down to the bottom. I'm gonna look at the research export table and see what we can do for research effects. So I want officer statistics, officer stats. Okay, so that'll show the list of stuff down here. So I have immortal tactical training, so I'm at 5, max is 5. What is this tapestry thing? All right, so that's a minimum level of Op 75. That's why my max achievable level is only 0. Maxed. Page 2. Maxed. All right, rally the resistance is in Starbase. How did I miss that one? Rally the resistance in Starbase. Rally the resistance. Oh, that's only during an assault. Okay. Bajoran inspiration. That is also in Starbase. During an assault. Live long. Fleet Commander Spock. Okay, which tree is this in? FC Spock. Scientist. Increase officer health. I mean, just that 28% might be enough to flip the script on me. Maybe not. We'll see. Not quite. So let's go get some more Spock skill points. I always forget that 100 chest is there. That's probably more than enough. But this is also counting towards that upgrade SLB, so I think that's a fine thing to spend on. What else we got while we're here? There's research speed. That's an always on ability, so that's always worth having. Max cargo for all survey ships. Why not? And then all that ship construction. I was thinking that was ship repair. I was like, if that's ship repair, we might as well do that one. Titanium storage, sure, why not? All right, did that cross the threshold? Not quite. We went increased it by like 20,000. So I need another 175% or so, 150%. Battle orders, Fleet Commander Kirk. So we are an officer health there. So we upgrade that a little bit and maybe that'll flip. I don't know how many more. I don't know how many more I can do. Okay, that's a cheap one at least to get started. $54. There are 54 left. There's 60 left. That's gonna be close. I might end up having to run an exocomp. $11.08. I should make sure that was actually selected. Yeah. All right. Health exocomp. That station. Yeah. It's here. Attack. Health. Ooh, that wasn't even quite enough. There's a smaller one. %40 to officer stats. I feel like there's one more. There's another 100%. Perfect. All right, so that crossed the threshold. So now we've got all of those stats maxed. See if we can get up to 5. We're getting close to the time where the ability's back. I'm gonna do my next trip. I'm gonna boost with this to see if that makes a difference. This is still going to be 4 at comfortable level. So we're left at 8.7 or 8.8 before. We're at 9 now. So we should be able to kill this one. Oh, that had to be so close. Yeah, that wasn't too bad at all. Do an enhance. Well, that was the last ROM battleship here. There's a couple that have been restored to there. I guess this data is going to be a little bit off since I attacked that partial one from before. This one's got a lot of Romulan battleships. I might have to remember this system to come to. Ooh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to sneak that one off. Ooh, that had to be real close. 357 million hull left. But that was the one partially damaged one. The one that was at about half hull, so that was like 4.5 hostiles. So I wonder how this would be with Janeway, with the cruise giving me max bonuses. That's gonna be positive or negative. Ooh, that's positive. That's really positive. Now I wonder if that maxing that health bonus gave me that extra bit of shield I needed for the regen percent. I mean, that basically just doubled them. How much progress are we making on the 50? That's about halfway. This one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that did literally double. Shield is staying up. The regen is just barely covering it. So if I keep all my officer stats maxed, that's going to do the trick. All right, I'm going to overwrite my current G7 loadout with that. Let's make sure this can be replicated. Every once in a while, it seems like things are flawed when you leave base. I'm back. Had to get my cigar. I don't blame you at all. We're making progress on hostile crews for sure. I just increased it from 3 to 4 to 8, which I'm just running the hostile crew that everybody suggests. But I've been tweaking with the officers. Getting everything to the max threshold made such a huge difference. Huge difference. Yeah, 8 hostiles. I was able to switch to Janeway and running exacomps for the for all the officer stats to get all the officer stats max to max my bonuses. It's enough for the shield regen to keep up. With the health one at maximum, it's enough for the shield regen to keep up for me. At the end of combat, I'm left with like 10 billion shield. Right now I'm at 8. Well, the first run was 8. I'm seeing how much this is. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 with this one. can't get half. You can't even get here. So I wonder if my first run, if I just chickened out too much. No, I don't think I could have made that. I think it's just the RNG works. But I mean, if I can get a consistent 8 out of this, I'm going to be happy with that. An 8 with an occasional 9. Like, that's 6 trips for dailies. That's workable for me. Are these staying part of the game? Yes, this is staying part of the game. This is 100% the daily. These are the daily faction hostiles. I mean, I tried the Janeway crew when my health was at the 90% mark, and it wasn't enough for the shields to stay up, but I did a health exocomp, and yes, it is making a big difference. I don't know if they have field repairs available on the G6 epics. I got 8 that time. I don't think I can do another one. 8.9 down to 3.7, so it's taking like a little bit over 5. 14.8 to 8.9. Yeah, so it's like taking a little bit over 5. But out of those 6 trips, if I can get one of them to go 9, or 2 of them to go 9. So looking forward to getting that ship. It's the one in the game I really want. I honestly wanted more than the Vengeance. The Crenshaw or the Scimitar? Crenshaw? It's okay. The firing pattern sucks on short battles. These longer battles like this, it's fine. But that's the problem with all the G6 ships. It's not unique to the Crenshaw by any means. Crap. I didn't even see how close I was now. So I should wrap it up on this trip. So tier 12 seems to be right around where minimum level for 71s are. For reasonable efforts. Ooh, a scout. 2 million faction. 2 million points. That doesn't carry any extra rep than a regular one does. Did that even... That doesn't even drop a chest either. That's like a percentage chance of the chest. Just like what was it, G5? Is that where it started? Keep getting Enterprise E battle blueprints. Enterprise E may be the better option out of all the G6 epics anyways, to be honest. Especially if it's going to be that close for you. I mean, this is 8 to 9 hostiles without running any buffs too. Like if I ran buffs, this would probably make an impact too. Like I'm not even running the active ship ability. That's my first time being able to complete this event. So the reason you want to be able to do those 50 hostiles is you get your Veil shards for the week. Well, for the day. 25 of your 100 Veil shards to start a surge. Plus then the reputation you get here too. And that's another 42 billion rep. Worst faction Klingon Sigma faction rep. That's huge. I never thought that running the officer exocomps was going to become something useful. And I don't even know, like, that was with Anorax as captain. I don't know if maybe Janeway doesn't need him the same way. But yeah, I had to run two health exocomps and then a generic 40% officer in order to get the max percentage. I'll try that again tomorrow night with boosts. That's why I can bring the camera back. Ooh, 6-star. We have not had a battle pass event that required away teams assignments in like 2 months now. Like it feels weird. I'm not gonna give up Borg Q. I'll give up Sharvanik just fine. 2570, so that's an extra 400. Sure. I'm not giving up Borg Q. Leave him alone. All right. I think I'm going to grab a short break real quick. And then when we come back, let's go through the rest of the event list and see whatever. Then we can look at the interim events too. All right, we back. All right, let's take a peek at the interim events first. Oh, that's right. Interim Infinite Incursions is starting next Saturday again. Oh, not the fact page. Pairings. All right, server 34 versus server 41. So we'll get to take on server 41. Which, that's Griffin's server. Anybody else on 41? Nope. So there's a good chance that I'll be able to see my base get blown up during incursions. If I stream incursions. All right, interim event schedule. All right, interim events for Ops 20 and 50 and then Ops 51 plus beginning tomorrow. All right, Ops 20 through 50, they get continuity protocols. Profits and planning has begun. They get Quark's bar. So we get check-in daily to help Quark and Ra maximize their profits to earn rewards in the profits and planning event store. Don't miss a day. Monday, they have profits procured. SMS, scoring this event by completing the daily profits and planning events. There's an SMS for destroying hostiles, an SMS for destroying swarm, an SLB for spending ship upgrade materials. Tuesday, Officer Flash Pass starts. They have an Officer Rivalry Exploitation. Again, destroy hostiles, this time with a battleship. And then there's a SMS for destroying Dominion hostiles. Wednesday, Bounty Rumor Mill. Scoring this event by destroying hostiles. Scoring this event by spending fleet Forbidden Tech Reactor, Protomatter, and Tear Up Catalyst. They have salvage optimization routines. Scoring this event by destroying lost hostiles. I was trying to think where that was. That's Voyager Space. Promotion on the Promenade. Complete this event by recruiting and tearing up listed officers who have spent time on the Promenade. So DS9 officers. Maybe some TNG. Maybe some Voyager. Artifact Enhancement SLB. Scoring this event by restoring and upgrading artifacts. Then on Thursday, Ops 20 through 50 has escalation incentives. Scoring this event by destroying Federation hostiles. Engagement density mapping. Scoring this event by defeating listed armadas. So Thursday will be an armada day. Friday, tactical tips for profit. SMS score in this event by destroying Klingon hostiles. Drop rate amplification. Scoring this event by gaining power via research, defense platforms, buildings, and dry docks. Saturday, while Incursions is running, SMS to score by destroying Romulan hostiles. Also, SMS to score by destroying Herodian hostiles. There will be an SLB for collecting uncommon, rare, and epic shards. Officer shards. Bonus points for acquiring Ferengi. Score by promoting officers, leveling officers, and spending trade XP. Sunday, Operational Dependency SMS. Score in this event by destroying hostiles with an interceptor. And they do Augment Exile hostiles. Monday, SMS. Score in this event by destroying Romulan and Klingon hostiles. Closed Loop. Score in this event by destroying hostiles with an Explorer. So that gets all 3 of your ship types. Ops 51 plus. Monday, tomorrow, we get Crucible of War. Why would they not have Crucible of War for lower levels, too? Well, that seems stupid, but okay. That runs from January 26th to January 29th. Officer Flash Pass starts on Tuesday as well. We have Outpost Battle Pass starting on Tuesday. War Room starts on Tuesday. Wednesday, we have the V'ger Invasion Finals if you've been able to score in the qualifiers. There's a Galactic Rush Cross Alliance leaderboard. Complete this event by completing Subspace Skirmish, Temporal Offensive, Epsilon Protocol events. Alliances that place in the top 10 will unlock the premium Galactic Rush exchanges in the Galactic Rush store. That looks like kind of stupid. Probably won't complete in that one. Galactic Rush, Subspace Skirmish 1 through 9. SMS, score points by alternating between defeating hostiles and spent. I remember this one. I remember this event. That was a stupid event. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that looks. Thursday, Transigen event series. So I'm guessing that's just mining, outpost, Galactic Rush Perfected Will 1 through 9. Alternating between G3 materials and defeating augment hostiles. Friday, Epsilon Protocol, blah, blah, blah. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Don't care, don't care. Saturday, Infinite Incursions. Choice Officer Recruit. Faction Hunt. Galactic Rush. Score points between defeating V'ger hostiles and spending G3 materials. Yeah, I probably won't participate in the Galactic Rush stuff at all. That's typically a pretty big waste of time to have to see what the payouts are on it, but the ALB is going to be pretty unrealistic for most alliances. All right, so we still have Augment Exiles on the menu for this evening. I'm gonna try this with the cube, since it's got so much more space. We got max abilities there. And it's a cheap repair if it doesn't go well. I'm gonna try for the 70s again. Usually I think it's just one of these is about all I can muster. Yeah. I should be able to go here and knock out a few more though. All right, so that's making progress. That hostile pursuit one's got to be about wrapped up then, I think. Right? Yeah, that finished that one off too. I'll have to try the Crenshaw after this one dies. I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile to try to get, like for stocking up on the splicers, the epic splicers. I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile to try to do that with the Crenshaw for the cargo size that it has. Why is everything scattered on the other side of the system? Ooh, we have a building that's done. Let's see. No, it was this one. District 56 building is my current one that I'm working on. I've had a lot of those buildings like ready to get maxed out, but was kind of waiting for like an event that made it worthwhile to spend on them, but they kind of took all of those out. So they're not really a scoring mechanic in anything anymore, so figured it's time just to go ahead and upgrade them. All right, I don't know if this is gonna be too much better or not, but I feel like last time I was up here, I was able to do like 3. Oh, that's much more than 3. I'm just afraid that it's gonna fill up the cargo really quick. But if the ratio of epic splicers to like rares and commons and uncommons is good enough, then it pays. As long as we can make enough of them out in one trip. What do I need? $60K. Is that reasonable to fit in here? Oh yeah, that's reasonable to fit in there. I mean, realistically, it should come at like a fast enough rate that it should be better than the 68 system. One would hope. So 68 was carrying 650 of the epics. '70's carrying 1237, so it's almost twice. Even though it's like way smaller cargo, it should still be beneficial for the trips. As long as the hull holds up. The hull might not add up for enough of these. Could possibly be better at the 68s with a little bit of a loot crew built up. This may not be worth it. '68 seems like they could be way more efficient. If I can get the loot boost over 100%. Let's see, Carol adds 200%. That is to the splicers too, right? Yeah, loot. No, 5 would be... Somebody sent 5 out on an away mission. They're fired. That's still technically better. 80 and 40 is 120. He's only 100. Okay. I guess the last upgrade Rachel Garrett got made her more efficient. So we don't have to worry about that. I'll still keep him because he's beneficial. And then we'll add the dock and beer. Did I go too far? I went too far. No, I didn't go far enough. No, too far. This is definitely something the Borg Cube's been more proficient at. All right, get that guy stopped. And then open her up. All right, I'm gonna just queue up the rest of these guys. And I'm gonna go through my faction store real quick, the rest of it at least. I don't think that was enough, not quite. Because once I can do that 2 chest redeem, then I can get the quantum slipstream unlocked, I think. And then I guess it's a matter of probably just sitting on that until the next Forbidden Tech upgrade event pops up. I think I'm gonna probably try to save every bit of upgrade tier up stuff that I can get between then and now. Actually, I only need 1 chest redeem for it, but still gonna go 2 because I need to work on Analyst Field too. I think I need to unlock that one still. Yeah. So I'll work on that one next. Which that'll take another while. That'll take another while to get that unlocked. It'll be good to be able to work on. Or I take a break and finish out some of those efficiencies. Maybe that's what I do. Unlock the slipstream. Max out these epic efficiencies. For the ones that matter, at least. And then go back to unlocking that. By the time I get done with those efficiencies, the Tantalus field might be sourceable elsewhere. So I just upgraded the Reliance, so I unlocked a bunch more of those. Bunch more of those favors. Which that's still 3 hours. I must have unlocked that last night or leveled that up last night. I think I realized that I had spent the ship currencies during Coda or something, but I forgot to actually tier it. Because usually I try to tier it up after I do the day's claim. That way I can do like a double pull on it. And I just never remembered to go back and tier it up. All right, so I can go back to pulling that again because I don't need any more of the epic export credits, because I think Pick Q is the last one that needs them. The last important one, at least. And then I don't even know if I need anything here anymore. I think all I'm really doing is claiming reputation and syndicate XP out of here right now. I think all the artifacts and any of the forbidden and chaos techs and stuff have been unlocked or maxed. I think like these 2 refits I might need or something, but I don't care about those. And I can do the Elite 60s, so I don't really care about anything else down here. Like, I don't care about the part exchanges because I haven't ever run into needing to exchange parts. If I ever need to, then I'll do that. I'd probably start working on the impulse speed one now. I haven't touched that one at all. When the next event that has research tied to it for Coda or whatever, I'll probably do it then. Need factions. Need to do Cranum Armadas again. I'm having trouble keeping up with those. Like the next time that the event pops up that says that that's the scoring mechanic for the you know, like do any armada, I just need to do those. All right, Crenum hair. Time weapon. Pocket watch. I think I maybe have one disruptor task left. Enough stuff to do one disruptor task. It's getting harder this last days of the Alliance Tournament store. It's getting harder to have the stuff on hand needed to do the completion. I think I can do one disruptor. I think I can do one G7 turn in with the choice rewards. And then I've got tournament currency left for like the 500 Dominion epics or Borg epics or whatever it is. Oops. All right, so we're mostly full, but not quite there yet. All right, let's take a peek at the events. See if I'm missing anything. So wave defense, but I don't have to do that today. Alliance tournaments, solo leaderboard. I'm actually kind of surprised that I wasn't up just a hair higher than that. They made some moves on that today, I think, because I didn't think that was going to be looking that rough. Let's see, domination, ALB, so gaining power as an alliance. Actually, I wonder. That's not a lot of choice tokens. I have a couple of prime researches I can do, but for that kind of reward, that's not really worth it. Feature events is finished. Alliance syncopation we finished. I didn't do the evasion tournament. Ticketed events, I think all I have left is the helps. Yes. Vija Rebirth, that should be all completed. I think that was just the multiphasic that was left, and then I finished the Battle Pass overflow. Which means that I have a free treasury now. So I'll be keeping my eyes out for a interceptor treasury. They have an interceptor treasury, I'm definitely getting that one. Vengeance is mine. Maybe worthwhile throwing down another 1,000,000 points here if I can scratch something together. I have a Negvar that I can put some ore. That's ore and crystal. I would need an explorer. I'll have to see if I have an explorer. Oh, my Kaskari. I don't know if I want to spend the tritanium on that, but the materials would definitely be a possibility. So we'll still have to do the protector event. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's enough good stuff to make it worthwhile to go down there. And then got a good standing in the fleet commander upgrade, even though it's just stupid galactic recruit tokens, but it went along with the other tasks for the day. Otherwise, I would not have participated in that event on purpose. Like, if that event paid out like the 7,000 galactic recruit tokens that you needed for the alliance task, I might be willing to do it for something like that, but it doesn't pay out that many. All right, so we are full on cargo. Get that back to base. Throw the protector on. I went past it already, didn't I? Yes. It's a little bit higher than I thought it was. That's not taking any uncommons, that's only taking commons. So I'm not going to be able to use that for spending anything. I haven't tried this in Mir Romulus yet. I don't even know if it'll reach out there, to be honest. You can reach there now. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We don't need to worry about that. I'm gonna send this ship back out though. Uh-oh. It's got my position glitched a little bit. We good now? We're good now? We're fine? Okay. Oh, let's see if we got one. Perfect. Get this knocked out quick. I should look at this treasury real quick. Because I don't think I even looked at this one at all. Well, this is an interceptor treasury. Yoink. I'm glad I actually looked at that. I was like, I saw it had like 1 hour left. I'm like, I better just double check that before I find out that I missed it. There is a potential to do another upgrade on the Crenshaw. I'll have to see the disintegrator. I'll have to see if the disintegrator is be able to be done now or something. This event usually goes so quick. Actually, I wonder if I should use that for research. That crystal might make a pretty good dent on research. Let's see. Was that it? That's it. All right, so we'll go mine off the rest of this hull or this time. Then we can unlock the quantum slipstream. We'll let the animation complete so I can get that fulfillment of having that maxed. All right, that is unlocked. So now so the ship materials doesn't unlock till I get 800. I probably can do most of those ones. I should do one of those crews. I feel like Symbiosis, that's... Is that the one that Seska? No, Seska's in the 30th anniversary Voyager one. It's kind of tempting to do like the Exile Superhighway, but the ships that I use up there is the Cube, and that's about all I use it for these days now. Well, just like loop grinds like that where the cargo capacity comes in handy. Like I'll use it there. So I mean, I'm using instant warp. I've always got the manifolds on hand now because it's not my daily driver. What is this building thing? Oh, is it the diodes? That's kind of frustrating that they don't have that available for like the daily claim all thing. That was a good injection of latinum too. I didn't even think about that. Okay, shits and giggles. That does give me the disintegrator. So 2,000% of 480,000. That's 9.6 million. Cumulatively. That's going to be every round, so 9.6 million every round. Which will be amplified by ship level. I mean, my combat's lasting... $50 rounds. So that's going to be 48. So that's 460.8 million damage. That's a very minuscule percentage. Now, it's still got isolytic applied on top of that. And potentially critical. Let's see if I have a non-crit shot. So I'm throwing, say, 1.5 bill. I don't know which weapon this is. That's got to be the disintegrator. The last weapon's got to be the disintegrator. So if I'm adding 9.6 to this, that means I'm adding about 96 to this. So it's about an extra 100 mil damage per round. Was that a cumulative, or was that just a straight increase? Cumulative. So 100 million each round. That's pretty good damage increase. So that's 22,000 points. So that's 220,000. 220,000 points. Out of a million? That's about a quarter of what I need. That one's 52,000. Or no, 92,000. $92,000. That's a little over 100,000. That's 60,000, 65,000. I'll be able to do it. I'll have to look at the boards in the morning. Because right now I'm at 10th place. I'm at 10th place on this leaderboard. So if this is still looking reasonable for another 1,000,000 points, you know, like if that keeps me in the 6th through 10th bracket, I'll probably do that. Fifth is going to be a stretch, I have a feeling. Although if that would get me up to 800. We'll have to see. Wait and see what the morning brings. I don't want to put a bunch of crap down and not have anything extra come of it. Because if I spend crap now and I get bumped down into 11 through 25, that would have been for nothing. And I'm not interested in doing upgrades for absolutely nothing. Okay, this bothers me when there's not a captain on the ship when it's all redded out like that. I try to do these artifact restorations anytime that they come through, even though I think I have everything in there unlocked now. I did go through these. I forgot to do these last night, so at event reset when I was going through stuff, I was just doing all of these. So I'm probably going to start doing that at my event reset. I'm perfectly fine with that. Got some extra refinery things. You know, if it wasn't for the V'ger hostels, I don't even know if I would have anything to do in there. That GS31 efficiencies. Getting close to the end. I don't think I need to do that anymore. Because the ship does exactly what I need it to do right now. I want more out of the Reliant. I'm not doing 2,000 by any means. I want more out of the Reliant. And then this will flip over to Vengeance. Once I get that thing unlocked. Yeah, once I get a little more unlocked there, I might change some of that stuff. How are we sitting on directives? Must not be high enough. I must be under max for both of them. I'm gonna try to pull these as long as I can, and then I'm gonna get them out of the Alliance Tournament store on the last day. No, the store closes in 2 days. I thought the tournament was still going tomorrow. I'm actually kind of glad of that because I am like out of stuff. No, I appreciate that though. The theory crafting that I've heard is that this is gonna be... What was the theory crafting that I heard? Had something to do with like Starfleet Academy, and I kind of feel like it's more catch-up mechanic kind of things. Like when they have their Starfleet Academy arc, these will probably start getting populated or something. Which I also expect like next month to be a building too, since we already had a ship. Oh boy, get ready. Because next month we have one of two things, possibly a combination of two things. So we have the ship, we have new hostiles. We've been promised that next month is going to bring more challenging hostiles. It's been a little bit... What was the last new Armada thing that we had in the game here? Was it the Krenim formations? Oh, that's what you meant. Major Samo, welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Cottontail. I'm one of the Star Trek Fleet Command Next Gen content creators associated with the Warp Drive 5.
I liked it. It was a decent length. We had a decent amount of...
Out of context clips, so much fun. Have a good night, Nendiv. Anyways, everybody, thank you. Welcome on in. Just going through some of the last parts of the arc. What server am I on? I am on server 34. So I get to go up against server 41.
I'm gonna raid out and we're gonna call it a night. And I'll be back with more in the morning. Thank you all for being here.
Another cache cleaner game. Maybe you'll do better against 41. Could you imagine Just say like by chance, you know, there might be somebody's base that would be left open.
I am still trying to get to 69.
That one pops up for 0 all the time. Hello, Jason V-neck. Hello, super friend. How you doing tonight?
I didn't do these pulls. Gosh darn it.
F&A, Cotton.
That's because I woke up late.
Oh, that's
there goes my pull timers again. That's twice in 2 weeks.
There's a few clips floating around right now about pull timers. Pull schedules. Yep, there's a few of those floating around. Yep, Butter Pecan happens to have one handy. I keep on getting this one red pip on my material refinery. I'm sure it has to do with the converter or the bonus converter or something. But every time I come in here, it's just like, ugh. So I'm just going through some of the refinery things. I actually had some pretty good stuff tonight too. Was able to get the Crenshaw tiered up to tier 12 myself. Unlocked Quantum Slipstream. Been waiting on that forever. Was able to get Borg Hue up to rank 5. And working cruise until I got set for what I'm going to be using in G7 space. I went to 71 at the beginning of the month. I think it was January 2nd. Pick you. Sorry. I think it was January 2nd where I went to 71. And I went early knowing that I wasn't going to be able to do the dailies. And today is the first day that I can really do the dailies, and I'm excited for that. Because I was able to finally get the Crenshaw up to that tier 12 and pick Hue maxed out. That all kind of lines together and was able to kind of get things where they need to be. And just kind of going back through some of these refinery options, kind of discussing some of the strategies for the next month, the next week here. Being as we have an outpost event coming, I was just mentioning that I'm collecting these. I know this is a strategy that Samo was following too. Collecting all the strike directives available in the refinery here. And then the last day that the tournament store is open to go pull the max amount of the outpost starts that can be obtained out of there, just to maximize what you have available for the event. And then just kind of looking through everything else, because I feel like every once in a while you need to go through and make sure that you're not pulling something that you have maxed out already. Especially like the Continuum. The Continuum one seemed like that was a really bad one. Like the particles that were available there for the prime researches, there was a couple of them that was not disappearing when you maxed it out, so you could be over pulling on some of those prime particles. Kind of the same thing here with the artifacts. Like some of these the mastery artifacts, they get level locked on you. So you have to make sure that you know, like you don't need to pull more than what's going to be available to have for the unlocks there. So I had to stop getting the redeems on these ones for the daily and start working on the rest of these. Because once it gets maxed, it gets removed from the store or this refinery area. But until that point, it's still selectable, and if you have it in there, then you're going to be over allocating resources, which is never fun. It's kind of a deficit that you don't need to get into. That max refine needs to be set at 1. Well, speaking of Mirror Universe, that ship's sitting out there now. So, like, every once in a while, I just like to come in here. And right now, I'm pulling this repair prime particle. So, I need to go to Spock's Club, take a peek at that, and see if that is something that I need to continue to look at. So, we're going to do repair prime particle. And it's going to show that there's 535 still needed to be able to max out that area. So I know that I'm good there for a while. 7 or 14. That'll be... That's lots of days of that left. Probably 2.5 months. Roughly. And then it's a matter of seeing if these ones are needed. Like the away teams particle, I think I have these ones that I need. I just haven't done those researches yet. Next pull, the repair prime should finish that and all of the MU refinery prime pulls. Nice. So I've been through this. Being as we're done with Alliance tournaments. As Broken Wolf kindly reminded me, because I thought it was still going on for another day, I can set a couple of these refines back up to where they need to be. And every once in a while when these ships level up, they reset the reset the claim, so I have to go through and just triple check every once in a great while. Oh, reset the ship. All right, I'm going to take another look through the event list. I think everything was done. I think everything is done for the day. Perfect. I don't even think there's any loop stuff to catch up on right now. I went crazy on Silent Hostels. Did Gorn on Friday. Just did a run up in Augment Exile space for the Epic Splicers. I missed doing arenas on Friday, but I'm gonna plan on doing them this Friday for sure. We get over. Okay, we did not get to our second trillion rep yet. Let's see. Stores.
Here's a thought for someone. If we ever find intelligent life on another planet, I hope they also have a great sense of humor. Or else our intergalactic comedy shows might just fall flat in space.
Oh my god. Fall flat in space. I think that might be the first time that went straight for an actual, like, joke. All right, so today's the last day to get your Ferengi event store stuff spent. So make sure you go through and spend that tonight. Choice rewards, that's also up tonight. Being as the store ends, I can finish that off. It's actually kind of exciting to get all that trick back. I think I'm gonna do this one in gas though. I guess end of arc is tomorrow, so like everything's done. That makes sense. Strategema tokens, done with that stuff. I'm not gonna pull the last one thing here because there's nothing worthwhile. And then we have like a choice officer choice event or whatever coming up this week. And so I'm gonna go for Seska. No, Seska's not in here. Seska's only in the DTI store, isn't she? I don't know what my officer of choice will be then. Probably Wrath of Khan, Carol Marcus. Scotty's tempting too, though. I think Carol Marcus will be my next one that I pursue there. I got Suitor maxed. Yeah, I got Suitor maxed through the Augment store. I think both Carol Marcus and Montgomery Scott would be the next two. Unless they add in other people in here that'd be worthwhile, but I don't think like the retaliation or whatever, or the villains or anything. I don't think I'd be too interested in pursuing either one of those groups. Maybe some of the side pieces and strike teams. You know, like Phillips and Ransom and Shax. Yeah, side pieces. The officers that go on the side. The non-captains. Wow. Savik has a nice below deck cascade for non-armada. But she wasn't in that group though, was she? Oh, she is there. She just wasn't over with the other walk officers. That actually might be my first priority then. Because, yeah, that isolated cascade. I probably want that more. I've got Carol Marcus where she's doing 7% here. And when you mix her with Janeway. No. Pike. So I was using that on the Serene Squall. That gets you to that extra 20% shield mitigation. So she's at a workable level already. But yes, Savik would be a good one. Plus she's rare, so that will actually amplify the amount of impact that the tokens make. I'll have to see what the rewards and everything look like for that. I think yeah, it's good options all around though. The Rathacon crew. I mean, even McCoy wasn't that bad of an officer. That's a good spot to spend. Sars Invasion store is gone in 9.5 days. That's a good spend too. I've been enjoying having the extra rep be able to come in from these redemptions. McCoy is good once he gets better than Paris, but hostiles are moving away from standard damage. He actually has been a really good officer for me for away teams. He fits good on a couple of away team assignments. I don't remember which ones. But like a couple of the P1 ATAs he does pretty decent on. It was actually cool that they ran it for a few weeks while we used up our redeems. Yeah, I was actually kind of disappointed that they were going to get rid of it, but man. It's good to have the pin in something that's kind of been up in the air for a long time. Just used all my choice reward and Ferengi tokens. Went from having barely any mats to everything turned green. Nice. My best G7 crew is Janeway in the captain chair, but I've been using Anthrax, Seska Suitor, and BLT, PICU, Walk Scotty, Walk Carol, Walk Joaquim below deck. One more tier to another seat below. Weird paywall they set made it bad. Yeah. It was really interesting stuff. Yeah, I was able to finally get my G7 crew to use Janeway. I've been kind of stuck to Anorax because I haven't had the shield to be able to hold up to it, but with my tier up, yeah, well, Anorax. With my tier up and the just being able to get the officers leveled up a little bit more with, I think Pick Hugh made the big difference. He's Anorax's brother. He's the mirror universe version. But yeah, I had been trying to use Anorax because that was the only one that worked for me during testing and stuff, just because I couldn't hold shields long enough. Now that I can hold shields with Janeway, that does give an opportunity to swap in, you know, use Anorax as the captain and then swap in Walk Carol below deck. You still got billions of the Fatu Cray scraps. Well, I mean, there wasn't really anything that great in there. Right? Like, I think I changed most of my stuff in for, I think it was just uncommon. Maybe Gwen DeMarco shards. I don't remember anymore. I probably put a bulk of the stuff down on Gwen DeMarco, and then I put the balance in. Put the balance in for Crystal. I didn't even play past 5 stars events. I always played them. They were always kind of fun. Like, they were a unique challenge. I shouldn't even call it a challenge. They were unique to play. It was kind of an interesting mechanic. I didn't mind it at all. It's just, it was weird that they couldn't work it into like a regular cadence. Like, I don't know. Like, they had every opportunity to make it a thing that was on the recurring schedule, but they never took advantage of that. Got the NSEA from it, yeah. Yeah, if there's any kind of a leaderboard, Butter Pecan's going for it. Did I start a building? I did start my building. Number 2 on the V'ger meta, the V'ger grinding events. What the heck is even the V'ger grinding event? That was something I probably looked at and I was like, nah. Was that the one that had the qualifier event? No, that's the one I just looked at. It gets confusing when it resets and moves you back to where you were. Yeah, the V'ger invasion. That one. I was wondering if this one... I probably could now. Yeah, you're in second. I did the SMS. I did the SMS for it. It was a pretty decent payout on the SMS, honestly. Like, I was definitely not going to pass that one up. That was probably one of the best paying events I've seen since I went to G7. I thought that this event was going to be for people that hadn't actually made it in yet. Like, I thought this was like the qualifier to get into this one. So like, I thought it was one of those things where if you did the first round, you wouldn't get the second round. No wonder it was still just as hard. But now that I got some of the crewing and stuff figured out, so I can do a little bit better with those next month, because I can hit those Gorn a little bit better. I need helps. I need to do the helps yet. So this is contributions. So 42. Get that all wrapped up in a neat little bow. The meta isn't over yet, but nobody can pass me. Yeah, because I mean, you're in the same position in the event as you are in the meta, so you're set. Lions contributions. Finish that up, get my gas, or, oh, I was thinking that was just stealing gas for some reason. It's good payout too, actually. I've been really happy with the event payouts this month. All right, so now I've got the accommodation ticket for tomorrow's event. I'm probably getting low on the actual tickets. I don't remember the last time I bought a ticket pack, but it's probably coming up again pretty soon. Oh, it doesn't show it. Is this something that's easy to find? This is one of those things where I should go to Spock's Club for it again, huh? Oh, I got a big pull on trial bells somewhere today I didn't notice. Because I collected my 80 this morning. Okay. It's, I guess to be frustrating sometimes to try to figure out where some of that stuff is. Does it show up here? Uncommon event. Yes. Oh. Inventory. Shows 0 uncommon event ticket. Did I just use up the last of them? Did I just happen to have the magic number needed? I guess I am definitely buying. It's easy to find when you're on Spock's Club. Or if it's graded materials. If it's graded materials, then it's easy to find. Okay, so I guess I'm definitely buying ticket back. That's only a little bit disappointing. Well, I think I'm going to get ready to call it a night. I see a very good raid target that hasn't been streaming for a little bit. So let's get ready to go join our friend MJ Hat. They need to add a search function and more tabs. Yeah, they definitely need to add a search function into that because it's ridiculous. All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Appreciate the time and all the new follows. I will be live again tomorrow night. We can go over what do we have? Cow and some of the other inter-arc events will be starting, and the arc will be over, and we can start our theory crafting about next arc. Hope everybody has a fantastic Monday. If I don't talk to you tomorrow, I hope the rest of the week goes great as well. Once again, thanks for stopping by.